Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to another webinar. I'm so excited to start this webinar, which is about analytics and how you can use and leverage your data and what your data is dying to tell you. Uh, we believe that any waste is really bad and we want to avoid any kind of waste at Formaloo. And not using your data is also a waste. So that's why we want to introduce you to how Formaloo can help you understand your data and take it and use it in action and turn your data into actionable insights. So welcome to this webinar. I'm Nush Bharatpur, the CMO of Formaloo, and we're excited to have you to join us for our webinar on decoding the secret stories in your data. So I want to ask Anano to join me on the stage. Today we're hosting you and we want to introduce you to what can you do with your data.
Hello, everybody. Thank you one more time for joining our webinar. I am a customer success specialist at Formaloo. We're super excited to have you here. We're super excited to share our insights, also answer your questions, and hopefully you're going to be more inspired from this webinar.
Awesome. So before we dive in, let's quickly go over what we'll cover today. I will share my screen so we can get started on our webinar today. Awesome.
Yeah, so this is what our agenda is going to look like for today for the webinar. Firstly, we'll talk about the power of effective data collection. Then we're going to move on to how to leverage AI to analyze the data, how to build storytelling dashboards, and how to use advanced data exploration techniques. We will share you some tips and tricks along the way. Also, we will share the best practices in AI analyzed prompts. We will have the QA session, so we encourage you to ask us your questions. We're going to discuss them at the end. And yes, we're going to wrap up and we're going to share our special offer with you. So let's move on to talking about effective data collection. And before we go like deep in and we actually talk about the dashboard and so on, we want to share some useful tricks and tips for you about data collection. There are four main things to consider while collecting the data. First thing is using valid fields. What does this mean? It means that you have to ensure that the data you're searching for has the correct field for it. For example, if you're asking for numbers, you should not be using text field for it, and so on, and it goes so forth. Then also to set required fields. This really helps to identify which data points are crucial and they need to be answered. Then also keeping it simple. We always say this: your surveys should be fun, easy, and no matter what the theme is for your survey or form, it has to be very simple, easy to understand, straight to the point. And our fields definitely help you do this. And also using clear labels. This one, I think, pretty much is a universal truth to say like this. But this means that you have to define the titles very clearly. So, for example, instead of saying enter value, you have to write down like enter phone number. It's just going to make the filling out the form a lot easier for the survey fillers. Yeah. These are the some tips that we wanted to share before we dived deep into the exploration of our field types and different data view options. Nush, I think I can continue on to sharing formal already. So yeah, let's go on. Okay, so when we have our dashboard and we have our form in it, let's go to the edit form. This is going to open up the form editor from where you can add fields, remove fields. This is where the data collection starts. So as we remember from the tips, you have to have correct fields to collect the data, right? For that, in Formaloo, we have 33 different types of fields, and I will go through all of them and kind of say what they do, how you can use them, and so on. And to quickly say how to add new fields is you go and you click on this plus icon and it displays the menu of the fields that we have. First ones are text and long text. These are best for gathering information, like, for example, name. Or long text is for description, for the bigger text that users want to fill out. They are super useful and they're used in pretty much many forms and surveys. Then we have for the contact information. So you don't have to utilize text field more times because we have email field specifically for emails. We have website field specifically for websites, number and phone as well. So this just makes the job a lot easier for you. Then we have the choice fields. These are the most popular ones, and the ones that we have are single choice field, multiple choice, drop down, yes or no, like and dislike. So for example, let's insert single choice field. You can add options by writing them here, or you can use the bulk choices, which also makes the job a lot faster and easier. So whatever options you put here, they're going to be inserted right here. Then we also have, let's continue. Yeah, yes and no is also a super like a shortcut to answer a question, and you already have yes and no by default over here. Then we move on to the rating and ranking, and these are very popular. For example, CSAT field. Once we add it, you have different options. You can have emojis, you can have black and white emojis, and you can have hearts. So if you want to ask your users to rate something and how they feel about it, you should use CSAT field. It's going to make it a lot easier. Then we also have NPS score. NPS score, you can customize how it looks like. You can customize what can be the minimal score. You can customize what can be the maximal score. Let's make it 6. Let's make it random. You can also customize the messages it's going to have written down here. So everything is pretty much customizable and also makes data collection a lot easier and faster. After NPS score, we have the matrix field. It's kind of Likert scaled. It's Likert scale. So you can put many different options right here, and it's going to make choosing them a lot more fun and engaging for users as well. Then we have date and time fields. And of course, every field has their own settings. For example, when you add the date field, you can choose the format. It can be day, month, and year, or month, day, and year. It can be fixed date or the dynamic date, and you can define it. So everything can be adjustable on your preferences, how you like it. And then we also have time field. Same goes with it as well. Everything can be adjusted. You can choose from time to time. It's going to present a range from where people can choose whichever option they want. After this, we have form structure fields. And what are form structure? The first one, for example, file, it allows to upload files. For example, if you want to ask the user to upload their CV, that's perfect. Use the file field for this. Content field is mainly for example, introducing a new topic. Or maybe if you're creating an NDA contract form, you can put your input here. You can have your terms here and then have the different fields for the user to confirm them. So it's super useful, and you can definitely customize the text. For example, let's write test over here. You can change the color, you can change the background color as well, you can change the font, you can change the alignment. Pretty much everything can be customizable. So have fun with content field, definitely. Then we also have the video field where you can embed YouTube and Vimeo videos. Table, product field, which is super important for the payment forms or for order forms. Then we have signature field. This is the e-signature field that you can, for example, see how it works like. You can also clear it. So electronic signature is super useful field that we have. Then we also have repeating section, and this just makes life a lot easier. So if you have, for example, if people should feel, let's write down name and surname, name. Once they view the form, they can just simply add field and they'll be able to type as many names and surnames as they wish. After this, we have other fields, hidden fields, where you can have the hidden values. It is usually mostly useful when you're redirecting URL. Then we also have city field, country field, user assigned field. This is mainly for the portal mode. Then we have lookup field, which looks up data from the other databases. Linked rows, which is kind of the same as the lookup field. However, it looks up the bigger data. It gives you the preview of like what the answers look like on the other database. Then we have email verification field with which you can verify responded email with OTP. We have custom validation field. embed, and variable, which is used during logic and calculations. These are 33 different types of fields that you can use to really capture the data that you're looking for. But now, what's important is seeing how these fields actually look like. So once you collect data, how they're going to look like and what data view options you have. So let me start off let's start off with generally, yes, different data view options that we have. I have this form over here, which is a hotel's customer satisfaction form, for example. And I have text field, email field, date field. I have the drop down field, CSAT field, yes or no field, long text field. And yes, here is what the form looks like. So it's like super simple, but used for a customer satisfaction form. And when you go to responses, this is what the table is going to look like and what you're going to see over here. So for example, we have someone, Sarah Thompson, we have all the information right here, what they filled in. And in the dashboards, you can play around. In most of our templates, the responses table is already put into the template. However, you can also edit. And how you can edit is to either type the dash icon and click on Insert button and insert the block that you wish to be displayed in your dashboard. This one, as I told you, is a table. So once you select a table, you should connect it to the correct database. And correct database, in this case, being this form over here, which was a customer satisfaction form. And yes, once you connect it, you're going to be able to display and see your form. Another data view option that we have is charts and insights right here. So you're going to be able to see the views over time your form has and responses over time it's going to accumulate. So everything's going to be displayed over here, and then we also have charts down here. So this really allows you to see what responses you get and makes the analysis a lot better. And this is definitely what we talked about, seeing your results clearly and making analysis a lot faster according to this. So we have charts according to different field types right here. I will also talk about our Kanban board, which is super useful, super important, and actually super popular amongst our users as well, which really simplifies your workflow. So Kanban board looks like this. You can have it grouped by a specific field. Usually it has to be either single choice field or drop-down field. And once you group them by, you're going to have lead, qualification, proposal. For example, we have the sales pipeline right here, right? These are the survey responses that we got, and they're in the different categories. However, if you want to move them to different other category, you can just simply use drag and drop and put it right there. And another cool thing about the dashboards is you don't have to use it only for like different blocks. You can also write content in there. If you want to plan something, if you want to use it for employee handbook, you can write the content here. You can add different pages. Let's add a different page to have a change of scenery. For example, you can have employee handbook. You can customize how it looks like and customize different data right here. Also change colors, use bullets. So pretty much everything around here. So this pretty much covers all the different data fields that we have and how they can be displayed. And Nush, do you want to continue talking?
Absolutely. So the points Anano explained, I think, were really great. And I want to continue with like AI. I often remind our customers that the quality of their data and the quality of their analysis is only as good as the data they collect on their forms or on different channels. So it matters. The data you collect is matters, and when you collect good data, you get good analysis as well. Speaking of analysis, let's dive into how Formaloo can help you supercharge your data exploration and analyze your data with AI. So I want to share my screen and tell you about like I have created a sample sheet like using AI, and this is example data of a shoe store, and I want to import it into my Formaloo account, which is here. Here you can select the import part, and let's select from Google Sheets, and I will. If you check here, I have my sheet tab name, so I will copy it and paste it into the title. And also I'll copy the URL of the sheet and paste it here. Select import, and that's how you can import your data. Super easy, right? So when you import your data, it will create an application for you, including the form of it. You can use the form or not. And also there's a table of results. Based on how much data you import, it could take longer or shorter. So be patient, and whenever the import is finished, you will get an email so you will know. So this is my data, and now I want to analyze it. Let's edit the app and add a new page. You can rename the page. Let's say an AI analysis. And by clicking slash, you can select the data block you want to add to your app. Let's select the analyze block. And here you can select your imported data. I believe it's this one. Let's get back and make sure. I didn't save changes there because I didn't select anything, but I want to make sure that I'm selecting the correct one. Yeah, sales example sheet. So here we can select the AI model, and here you can ask your questions, right? This is the data source, and you can change it if you want, and you can ask your questions right here. So for example, you can say, what are the top selling, let me copy the question, what are the top selling products? And is there a correlation between product and sales channel? So if we get back to the data, here you will see that we have the product, the date, the shoe size they have ordered, the color of the shoe they have ordered, quantity, price, total sales, and the sales channel, whether it was online or in store. So back to the AI analysis, our question is asking if there's a correlation between the product and sales channel and what the top selling products are. So let's generate it, and based on the number of rows you have, it might take longer or shorter, but after a while you will receive the AI insights that you want. And also you can set the length of the response you want. It could be shorter or longer or something medium. So based on this, you will receive the AI insights, and you can ask many different questions. Questions like, is there a relationship between customer age and product preference, for example? Or how does customer gender influence purchasing behavior across different product categories, for example? Or you can ask, what's the average transaction value and how does it vary by product category and sales channel? Based on the data you've imported and based on the data you've collected on your forms, you can ask many different questions. Or you can ask, are there any noticeable patterns in sales performance across different customer locations? So this AI analytics helps you both segment your audience, understand them, and it gives you lots of insights. Feel free to ask any kind of question here about your data, the fields you have, and anything you want. So it could take a while to analyze the information. So while it's analyzing, I want to show you Like you can change your tab if you want, because the analysis is being done in the background. And but something else I want to show you is about the segmentation, because I told you, yep, voila. So here is the insights. So it's based on the provided information. Top selling products overall are sneakers, like blah blah blah. As you see, this is the insights that AI gave us based on the data rows that we just imported, and based on the data you have and the questions you ask, the results can vary and could be more insightful. So be aware of what kind of questions you're asking. For example, you can ask about, like, even what day of the week seems to be the most profitable, right? So it gives you insights on what days to focus on, and blah blah blah. So like the sky is the limit. So fly your imagination and ask questions, any kind of questions. And it's a fabulous feature. But I also want to show you how you can segment your data, because okay, now you know your audience better with AI. Now you can analyze them. Now you know how to segment them. But how can you and also you know how to visualize your data, right? And Anna showed you the different data blocks, the charts, the Kanban table, any kind of block that you want, you can create. For example, if I go here on the charts tab, I have the charts, but you can enable more fields. For example, fields for color, like what shoe colors were purchased more. Or you can select the field for different variables, like the sales channel, which sales channel people relate with more, right? So it's in this case it was in store rather than online, but not too different. So yeah, so this is how you can visualize and build powerful dashboards. You can use different blocks. You can use multiple blocks on one page. Let's say you want to add a chart on this page. Super easy, just add a slash chart and that's it. You can add text, as Anna showed you. You can preview your form or not, just delete it. And you can share your app easily, like either embed it or share the link to the app, or set a custom domain on your app and publish it publicly. But by default, it's private. You have to enable the public view. So this is it about how you can visualize your data. And Anna showed you how to build dashboard and visualizations, which are powerful tools for communicating insights. But sometimes we need to dig deeper, and we need to, and that's where advanced filtering and segmentations come in. So that's where we want to see, okay, how can I know my audience, I know how to segment them, I know the segmentations, but how to do it. And speaking of segmentations, I know many of you already know it, but I want to share this screen and tell you a little bit about the audience segmentations you can consider based on your business. It can vary based business by business, but you can segment them based on demographic, psychographic, behavioral, value-based. Demographic, like where are they located, and age groups, gender, location, income levels. Psychographic, like interests, occupation, lifestyle, their behavioral patterns, for example, purchase frequency, average order value, loyalty, preferred channel, like online, in-store, mobile, what's their preferred channel. For value-based segmentation, you can combine purchase frequency. You can check combine purchase frequency, and also check like high-value customers, who are high-value customers, who are what's the potential growth customers. and at-risk customers who is leaving you or close to leave you, low-value customers, and blah, blah, blah. For life stage segmentation, you can combine age, marital status, and presence of children to identify life stages. For example, young singles, young couples, and as you see, these vary based on business to business. So not all of these apply to all businesses. Another segmentation is channel preference, so it's online, in store, or mobile, or interest based, like if they are tech enthusiasts, fitness buffs, culture vultures, or interested in art, travel, fashion, blah blah blah, and price sensitivity, like if they're a luxury seeker or value hunters, and also engagement level, if they are highly engaged, occasional customers, or doormat customers. So you can segment your customers in different in different groups, and I mentioned these because it helps you ask the right questions from AI and understand. Okay, based on these questions, I can understand my audience better and segment them easier. Now, how can you do it in Formaloo? I have imported a sheet into Formaloo for like example customer data, and I want to show you this imported sheet. So this is the results of the example customers. It has customer ID, age, gender, location, income. Like these are all example data. Occupation, purchase frequency, and that's it. So these are the fields I have entered, and now I want to segment them. For example, you can duplicate this page. This page is showing all of the customers. You can duplicate it, and it will create a copy of this. So now here I want to segment my customers to male customers, because I see they are most of my customers, and I want to segment it into a high first purchase frequency. So now I have a filtered view of my data, and you can save it. It's automatically saved, and like you can name the page as mm, high value customers, right? Because these are the customers that are take have highest purchase frequency, and also are in my top demographic um, segment. And you can see like what are their occupation. So these occupations are the ones you should focus mostly on, and the categories that help you define your ICP, your ideal customer persona, and target those more accurately. Maybe you are running Google Ads, so you can mention it and specify it in your Google Ads. And like these are the locations and these are the incomes. So this is how you can identify them. This is how you can filter them in Formaloo, and how you can leverage this data, and always like whenever somebody new gets added to this table or this base, it will automatically update. It will automatically update on the filtered view and the main view. On all views, Kanban, anything you have, the data gets updated everywhere, because it's the base. So yeah, so this is what I wanted to show you about um, the segmentation, and how you can actively and effectively segment your audience and understand them. I hope this was helpful, and I believe we can move on to the questions. And guys, if you have any kind of questions, please don't hesitate to ask them in the comment section. We'll be more than happy to help and answer your questions. I will stop sharing, and we can get to the Q&A.
Nush, all great points made. Before we get to the QA, I want to share one data view option that I forgot to mention while sharing. Is it okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and
It's
we
good.
have amazing questions actually lined up. But before that, I will share one more data view option that is super important. Mainly, I would say for, let me share my example and I will tell you what I'm talking about. It's the gallery view. And the example that I have right here is mostly useful for HR teams. For example, you have your employee directory, you want to have headshots of your employees. This is how like gallery can make it happen. So you can have the file upload field in your form, and they can upload, or you can upload your employees headshots, pictures, and when you display your gallery, you can also customize what else will be written on these cards. So you have to, one thing, you have to enable the edit mode to be able to customize cards and have the different card options to filter. And let's customize cards. These are all the fields that I had on the form. So I can choose whatever will be displayed on my cards. So whatever will be, for example, let's do email, let's have phone, let's have home address, department, and job title. They will be displayed here. So you can have your employee data, everything lined up here. This can also be good for office supplies. And we have different templates showcasing how gallery format can be used for different use cases. And yeah, if you have any example how you can also use gallery showcase, it'll be nice to, you can also share it. We can talk about it. So yeah, this is something that I wanted to point out. But yes, Nush?
Awesome, exciting point. Yeah. Guys, any of you who create anything using Formaloo, please share it with us. I wasn't there. It was, yeah. Okay. Anything you create, any use cases, any applications, forms you create with Formaloo, share it with us. And we'd love to hear from you and make templates out of those. So let's get to Q&A, and if anybody has any questions, we'd love to answer. So, I don't know, are you going to show the questions?
Yes. We have this question. I will read it. It's from Manfred Saylor. It's from YouTube. In which languages can I talk to the AI?
In any languages. So you can use, it's the same everywhere. So you can use any language to talk to AI.
Mhm. Another question from the same user is, what are limitations for text and long text in digits?
So for text field, it's 255 characters, and because it's a short text field, but long text field doesn't have a limitation unless it's um, like really long, looks like unsafe. But in general, it doesn't have a limit, and you can set a limit yourself. So you can use the properties of the field to set a limit on your text field, long text field, etc.
Mhm. These are all the questions from the chat.
Mm-hmm.
However, those watching, please feel free to ask whatever
Awesome.
you might have.
So let's go over the questions you guys asked when submitting the registration form. And I believe we've had some good questions. So the first one is primarily how to use AI and spot trends or understand the data. I believe we answered that. And if you're in the call right now, feel free to ask any questions if something is not clear. Um, and he also asked about marketing or advertising services Formaloo Forms can offer. So all marketing teams can use Formaloo to build any forms, surveys, and applications and portals without coding. And that's how you can use Formaloo. That's where Formaloo is beneficial for you. The next question is from Kapil. He or she asked, what are the most important data-driven metrics for any business? So it depends on your business. The metrics that you measure come from your strategy, right? So depending on the strategy of your business, and you can set the KPIs. For example, if your strategy is to focus on go-to-market, product-led growth. Sorry, if your strategy is and go-to-market strategy is focused on product-led growth, you set KPIs to measure that strategy, right? If your strategy is to focus on video marketing, your KPIs are based on video marketing, like how many watch times you get, how many views you get, and how much engagement you get. So your KPIs vary based on your strategy of your business. Then we have more questions. Let me, I lost the tab. Yeah. So, how to use Formaloo to take data-driven decisions. I believe we showed a lot in this webinar. The data-driven decisions come from your data. So, what kind of data you have? What's your data structure? First, see what data you have from your customers, from your target customers, or anything. Try to import it, or if you already have it, have collected it using a survey on Formaloo. If you already have collected it using a form on Formaloo, you can leverage that. And try AI, ask questions from AI, Formaloo AI, to understand it. Okay, this is my data, analyze it and tell me what segments should I focus on? What kind of customers should I focus on most? Who are my high value customers? I told you about example questions you can ask to get really actionable insights. How does the distribution of sales differ between online and in-store channels? Something like that. So try to ask the right questions, and based on the answers you will know, okay, this is how I can understand my customers, and then you will know, okay, these are the actions that I should take. For example, you can also make a data out of the AI analytics, create a sheet and give it back to AI and ask questions like, now what's next, what should I focus on next, something like that. So that's how you can do data-driven decision making. So next we have why and how, about the apps, why and how. So and what's the app ecosystem, what will they bring to my business as apps. Yeah, so apps are used for any kind of data organization, and when you collect the data, you don't want that data to go to waste, right? You want to use and leverage that data. That's where apps come in. That's where you can create tables, charts to understand that data and visualize it. And Kanban boards, for example, if you have a status field, maybe admin only status field, you can change the status without audience knowing it, and like visualize your data and see who's what when, and answer your questions at any time, and also use the AI analytics to analyze your data with AI. Yep, so these are the questions you guys asked on the registration form of the webinar. We also, and I have some questions.
We have two new questions. First one comes from Ahmed Bek from YouTube. Can the AI comment be emailed in the results?
Yes, definitely. So you can. Oh, you mean email back? Yes, definitely. You can feel free to suggest it in the roadmap also, so we can add it like in more detail. And yeah, definitely, you can check it out.
Mm-hmm. And then we have again
And
from
also, I want to share our product roadmap. Sorry. So we have a public product roadmap you can use. Everybody can use. If you're missing a feature, if something is like you can't find or um, need in your business, but it doesn't exist in Formaloo, just feel free to share it on the product roadmap. It's a public roadmap, and whatever we add to the system is what our customers tell us, and it's shared with us on the roadmap. So feel free to use this roadmap, submit it, and suggest your features.
Mhm. Should we go on?
Yeah, let's go.
Another question is again from Manfred Saylor is what LLM is behind the Formaloo AI?
So it's Formaloos, and we're also adding new LLMs like the different GPTs to make it more powerful.
Thank you. That's it for now.
Awesome. Awesome. Perfect. So, thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your fabulous questions. And we really enjoyed this webinar. I hope it was insightful for you all. I hope you got something to play with and explore in Formaloo. And if you had any questions, don't hesitate to ask us on the website chat or the Facebook community or the website community, wherever you feel more comfortable with. And we're there to help you at any stage. So I'm so happy to be here with Anano. Thank you, Anano, for this. And yeah, thank you. That's a wrap.
Yeah. Thank you again for everyone for watching. And yes, again, I will reiterate, I hope you found it very useful and inspiring to try Formaloo for different use cases. And talking about the cases, I definitely encourage you to submit and share your cases with us, the case studies. We'd definitely love to hear about them. We would love to know how you're using Formaloo, how it's helping your business, how it's helping you. So definitely, please feel free to reach out. And thank you for watching. And thank you, Nush, for inviting me. Hopefully, we're going to see you on the next webinar as well. So until then, what do we say?
Thank you all for joining us today. Can't wait to see the amazing insights and use cases you share with us. Have a
And
great
keep
day.
following.